take up my staff in your hand and go. If you meet anyone, do not greet him. And if anyone greets you, do not reply. And lay my staff on the face of the child. Then the mother of the child said, as the Lord liveth and as you self live, I will not leave you. So he rose up and followed her. Verse 31. Gehazi went on ahead and laid the staff on the face of the child, but there was no sound or sign of life. Therefore, he returned to him and told him, the child has not awakened. Underline for me the word, the child has not awakened. When Elisha came into the house, he saw the child lying dead on the bed. Verse 33. So he went in and shut the door behind the two of them and prayed to the Lord. Then he went up and laid on the child, putting his mouth on his mouth, his eyes on his eyes, and his hands on his hands. And as he stretched himself upon him, the flesh of the child became warm. Underline for me the word, the flesh of the child became warm. 35. Then he got up again and walked once back and forth in the house and went up 7 times, and the child opened his eyes. Verse 36. Then he summoned Gehazi and said, call the Shunammite. So he called her, and when she came to him, he said, pick up your son. Verse 37, I don't end with this. Then she came and fell at his feet, bowing to the ground, and she picked up her son and went out. Now, praise the name of the living God. Now, we have a situation here. This is a Shunammite. Now, we understand when you read chapter 3, Elijah kept on passing by where the Shunammite lived. The Bible tells us that this was a wealthy woman who lived by. But when she saw that Elisha kept on passing by, she said to her husband, I see this is a man. In fact, she said, I perceive this is a man of God. She always passes here. Let us make for him a room, put there a window, a door, a bed, so that whenever he passes here, he will have rest. When they told Elisha welcomed it. Okay, then they made for him a room. They saw a room upstairs. Now, when they made a room, Elisha kept on sleeping every day. But when time was due, Elisha told Gehazi that I see this woman. She has made for me a room. She has cared for me. She dresses me. She washes my clothes. She gives me what to eat. What should be done for her? And Gehazi said, I perceive she's childless. The Bible says that Elisha called the woman, told Gehazi, go and call her. When Gehazi went and called the woman, Elisha told her that in this time next year, you will have a child. The Bible says that the Shunammite woman said that, please do not lie your servant. Do not lie your servant. It is impossible. I've waited. I think this is what went through her mind. She said, I went to the witch doctors, I went to the doctors, I went to the international hospital, I went to Germany, I went to US, I went everywhere, but I cannot give birth. So do not lie to the woman of God. Nevertheless, Elisha said, never told her anything. She just said that, okay, but I perceive that by this time next year you will have a child. The Bible says that in the same time, the woman conceived, and she gave birth to a baby bouncing boy. Now, when we come in chapter 4, verse 18, the Bible says that when the child had grown up, he went out one day to his father among the reapers, and he said to his father, "Oh my head, oh my head." The father said to his servant, "Carry him to his mother." And when he had lifted him up, brought him to his mother, and the child sat at the lap of the mother till noon, and then he died. Listen. The child died. The child died. The child that was promised. Now this is a promise of God coming to pass. This is a miracle that came from God. And now the miracle is no longer functioning. Follow me closely. Now listen to what this woman did. And I love this. Listen to verse 22. Then she called to her husband and said, "Send me one of the servants and one of the donkeys, that I may quickly go to the man of God and come back again." And he said, "Why will you go to the man of God? Is it new moon or Sabbath?" He said to his husband that all is well. Listen to me, child of God. This was a barren woman. The pain of a barren woman losing the only child that came in a time that she never expected. First of all, you recognize the pain that she had. But listen to what she told her husband. She told her husband, "All is well." Now, all is well. Listen, she never told her, I recognize the drama. All is well. She never said it is well. She said all is well. With tears, listen to me, child of God, tears running down in her heart. But she's saying all is well. After that, she tells her servants that, get for me the donkey that I may go to the man of God. The husband is concerned. He asked that, is it new moon or is it Sabbath that you're going to the man of God? Then she replies, all is well. When she went to Elisha, the Bible says that Elisha saw the woman coming from afar and told Gehazi, go and meet her, ask her this, is it well with you? Is it well with your husband? And is it well with the child? Is it well with the promise of God? Listen to what the woman said. The woman told Elisha the same answer that she told her husband. All is well. And Gehazi went back and told Elisha. She said all is well. Then Elisha told Gehazi, bring her